Optical Illusion Art, Part 2. This is the second video in a series. In the first video, we learned all about op art and its history and some different kind of tips and tricks for using colors to create optical illusions. So make sure you go and watch that video before you watch this video. So we're going to be making this awesome optical illusion art, and let's see how we're going to do that. So in this video, we're actually seeing the process of how to make that. And this is our goal. So our goal is to create unity in our artwork by arranging the things and the elements in the art so that the viewer's eye moves around the picture. It might start in the middle and it might move outward. We're also going to increase the illusion of depth in our picture by using shading and by using size, so making close-up objects bigger and far-away objects smaller. And we're going to be using a limited color palette, so we're only going to be using 1 or 2 colors. Okay, so just a reminder about what is op art. So remember, it's a form of art that uses optical illusions. So because our final art piece is going to be kind of like an optical illusion, we can call it op art. It often uses geometric shapes and forms. Ours is actually going to be using some organic curvy lines. It's abstract, which ours definitely will be. And it has the impression of movement or hidden images or flashing or vibration that might occur. So ours definitely will have some movement. It will look like it's popping out of the page, which is definitely an optical illusion because our pages are going to be flat. All right, so let's get started. What are we going to need? So we're going to need a pencil, a piece of paper or a visual journal, a ruler, an eraser, markers, and pencil crayons. And honestly, if you just use whatever you have available. If you only have pencil crayons, that will work. And if you only have markers, that could work as well. Use colorful materials that you have available. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing a line using pencil and a ruler horizontally across my page. Doesn't need to be perfectly in the middle. I'm just doing my best to make it approximately in the middle. And then I've done a dot, a vanishing point, where it's as close to the middle as I can. And then I'm gonna draw some more lines through that dot that I drew, so through the vanishing point. So I think I'm gonna draw about 4 or 5 lines. So I've got 2 done. Now that's my 3rd. And I'm just trying to divide, I'm making sure they all go through the vanishing point. I'm trying to divide my paper up into 4 or 5 different little segments. Like if my paper was a pizza, I would be cutting it up right now. So there we go. I've drawn 5 lines and I should have 10 segments. So now I'm going to grab a marker or a pen or whatever, pencil, crayon, whatever you have available. And I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to go over top of my lines that I have drawn with a marker. And I'm using my ruler because it definitely makes a difference. It makes the line straighter. If you do get a little bit of wobbliness in your lines, it's okay. As you saw, I just kind of fixed up by making my line a little bit thicker. All right, so we've sped up. So now we have our paper with 10 sections. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a curved line. It's almost like a smiley face. And I'm gonna draw them closer together as I'm closer to that point in the middle. And as I get away from that point in the middle, I'm going to draw them farther apart. So notice how they're close together. Here, as we're getting close to the vanishing point or the dot in the middle, the lines are closer and they spread out as we move farther away. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a similar curved line, but I'm going to do it flipped upside down. So it's kind of like a rainbow or a frowny face. So I will connect it to the line that I had initially drawn, that I had drawn earlier. and I'm also connecting it to the other side of the straight line. Okay, so it's almost making like a little S right now. And then I'm gonna do, again, the smiley face line, so it's curved in that direction. And again, I'm just improvising, but definitely making sure that it's attached to the line that I had drawn earlier. Okay, and then I'll just continue. So now I have to do a frowny face or a rainbow type line. There we go. And the next one will be a happy face line. Okay, so there we go. So I'm sure you get the idea. And we're gonna continue going all the way around until our whole drawing is full. So we're going rainbow or frowny face, and then you know what we'll do for that one. So let's speed up and we'll finish that off. All right, so I've filled that up, so I'm ready to start coloring. So I'm picking two contrasting colors, and I've picked pink and blue. And I'm gonna start in the very middle where I'm close to my vanishing point, and I'm going to color that little section. I'm gonna color it pink. And then from there, I've skipped one. I've left it white and I colored it pink, and then skip one, and then color it pink, and then skip one, and then color it pink. So I'm gonna have alternating pink and white sections. Okay, it's very easy to make a mistake. So if that happens, it's all good. You can just kind of improvise, just keep going with your art. It maybe might make a cool and interesting illusion to look at. So let me just finish coloring that section, and then I'll let you know how I kind of help myself to not color the wrong square, and I'll show you that in just a second. So then I've skipped a whole section. So that whole other section there, I've left it completely alone. And I'm gonna go in and color pink in each of the middle sections, okay? And so this is, I guess it's just gonna be easier for my eyes to see where my other color, my blue, will be going. And then I just color a little swatch, I guess, of pink in each of the squares that need to be pink. And that helps my brain keep track and helps me to not make a mistake. Sometimes I've made mistakes in doing my little swatches, but you know, mistakes are part of learning, right? So now I have indicated for myself all the areas that are gonna be colored pink, and now I'm gonna start coloring in with blue. So blue will be my my other color choice, and it's gonna be in all of the sections beside the pink. And this is easier for my eyes to see because I can see I'm coloring the ones that are beside pink. So again, it's gonna start with blue in the middle, and then it's gonna be white, and then blue, and then white, and then blue. All right, so now I've grabbed pencil crayons and I've grabbed a scrap piece of paper, and I'm testing out what my pencil crayons are going to look like. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find a color that kind of matches with my marker. It doesn't need to match exactly, but what I'm looking for is a lighter color and then also a darker color. So I'm looking for a light purple and then a dark purple to use on my purplish pink sections. And then I'm gonna look for blue, a light blue and a darker blue for my blue sections as well. So once I have the pencil crayons that I like, save them, because it's easy to get them accidentally mixed up with your other pencil crayons. So save them, make sure you don't misplace them somewhere. You're gonna be using them for the whole rest of your art piece. But what I'm doing now is I'm taking my light pink and I'm using it to shade along the edges of that pink section. So I'm starting out with hard pressure, and I'm doing light pressure as I get towards the middle of the section. So hard pressure on the outlines, the sides, and light pressure as I get towards the middle. Okay. So now I'm going to repeat that same process using my blue, my lighter blue. So harder pressure along the edge where the black line is, and moving into lighter pressure towards the middle. And what this is doing is it's giving the illusion that these little sections are popping out. The ones that are curved, like the frowny face sections, the blue sections looking like it's popped out, and the pink sections looking like it's going under, popping under. Right, so once I have that done, I'm gonna grab the darker blue that I had found, and I'm just gonna do a little swipe, just a little area of dark blue, a thin area of dark blue, just right beside that black line. And that added contrast, I think, really helps the optical illusion. So I'm gonna do that with the darker blue and with the darker purplish pink color that I picked. Okay, so now you'll see me do that exact same process with the darker purple. And like I said, it definitely, don't skip that step. It does really help the optical illusion. So now I'm gonna use my black marker and I'm gonna outline those segments. So I'm basically going over my pencil lines right now. Now this is optional. I think it does help the optical illusion, but the illusion still works without the lines. You could even try to outline like specific sections and not others. Like maybe I could outline the blue and not the pink, but I'm just choosing to do both. If you're finding your hand is kind of wiggly as you're doing those lines, I sometimes, if I mess up, I will just make my line a little bit thicker. It also it helps to take a deep breath before drawing your line. It's really all about practice. So this is great practice for that. All right, so I'm speeding this up because now you know the process for each of the pink and the blue sections, so you can repeat that in your own art. All right, and this is my final result. So it really does look like it's popping out. Can't wait to see your optical illusion art. All right, thanks for watching.